And yeah, like as you mentioned, I did move to Los Angeles a couple years ago because I like to do live events, all sorts of things like this. So an opportunity came up where LA was on the table. I had visited there a bunch of times, and from the very first time I went, I knew I had to be there.
Right.
I knew that before I went.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I finally visited, and I was like, oh my God, this is everything, you know? So yeah, it was a couple years ago, a little over 2 years ago. The opportunity came up, and I had an apartment in Burlington, Mass at the time.
Okay.
And I sold like all my furniture. I sold the car that I loved. I just left everything, and I took one suitcase, and I was like, off to LA. One-way ticket.
So you literally just sold everything, got on. Did you even go on a plane? Well, you sold your car. So
I did. I sold the car. Yeah, yeah. I did think about that.
Yeah.
I did think about road tripping out, and I was like, maybe I'll just. But I ended up selling that too.
So you sold everything, got on the plane, and said, F it, I'm going there.
Yes, sir. May 8th.
May 8th. You even remember the date?
I remember the date.
Did you have an apartment lined up?
I had a room in an apartment.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were going to somewhere. I didn't know if you just showed up and like, I'm totally gonna wing this thing.
I was crazy. I wasn't that crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, I need somewhere to sleep.
Right.
And I had visited, because I had visited for an event actually a couple months prior to that, and I knew this guy from Facebook, and we had never actually met in person. This is kind of a wild story. And jump in and interrupt me if I just keep rambling, because I tend to do that. I'm not reading the comments, but be like, shut this kid up and get Conor on here, because it is your show. However, yeah, I had know this guy from Facebook, and I decided to extend my visit when I was out there prior to moving there.
Wait, he let you stay with him?
He did. It gets better than that. It gets one better than that. I'm like, he's like, well, I'm not, because I knew he was renting out a room. Yeah. I'm like, hey man, can I, I'll pay you like to stay here for a week or something.
Right.
And he's like, well, I'm actually traveling. He's like, but my girlfriend can just leave you the keys and you can just stay there.
And he was renting a room. So was it somebody else's house?
It was his place primarily, and he was renting a room within it.
Okay.
But he wasn't even there. I had never met him before.
Yeah.
And he just left me the keys.
You just went with it.
Of course, yeah. I was like, well, unless the place is like rigged to blow up when I open the door, this works to my favor. And I just walked in and I stayed there by myself. Brand new. It was a brand new apartment. Like nobody. He was nice. And so then a couple months later, when I decided to move, I hit him up. I was like, hey, if that room's still free, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I did.